to You'll Go Wild. In this episode, Andy tackles the rust on the Gator.
So this is our very well used John Deere Gator. It's a 6-wheel diesel tipper and it's got just over 2,000 hours. It's a really useful machine on the farm. Mechanically it seems okay. Driven clutch buttons are worn, so I need to change those or put a new clutch on it. But apart from that, mechanically it seems okay, and I think it's probably been reasonably well looked after mechanically. Body wise it's a bit of a mess, so you can see that the tray has just had this like rust converter put on it. It's pretty rusty. The frame of the tray seems okay, so the plan today is to disassemble the tray and cut the rust out as best I can, and then we'll look at what we're going to do, whether we're going to put another metal. What they've done is they've put a replacement tray base in, but it is effectively just I don't know what it is, galv steel, and put in with some sort of silicon. So want to get rid of that. Probably put a wooden tray in, a wooden tray base in, on the basis if you're throwing rocks and stuff in, that seems to be a better way to do it, and you could replace it quite easily. Not sure yet, going to look at that. There's some other damage that you can see here. It's been on fire at some point, so I'm not sure whether I can do anything to repair that. I'll have to have a look, but get everything off, get the rust off, treat the rust, and then look at the best way of fixing it up. Give these others a helping hand. That's too bad. I was going to say, I guess as John Deere, I think an American brand, that all the fittings will be Imperial, but that's a good old temper. So the heads of the bolts are under the plate. So let's see whether we can get that off. To show you, there is actually some weld at the back. I assumed it had just been, there's no welding underneath, so I assumed it had just been bodged in, but might have to cut those welds quickly. Should have had a closer look. Most of the welds are just to 2 sheets of this plate by the looks of things, and not actually to the chassis, so, or the frame, so. Bit of a change of plan, going to pull the tray off the back so it's easier to, I'll get it upside down and cut it out from underneath. So here goes with that. See how bad original tray is. Oh, part you go, but another one gave up, so it's just that one on the end there. Well, it gave up before I did, so that was good. That's the galve they had in the bottom. Got these clips on the side for the plastic. I've got to work out. Got to work out how they come off. On the inside, not sure. I think there might just be clips on there. Let's have a look. And there might actually be screw heads that are so rotten. Washer one side, not sure what was the other side. I think they're just rivets. Just rivets. Bit of a plastic repair on that. So I'm going to have to do some plate repairs as well by the looks of things. So that had the heat damage at some point.
We have to abandon dismantling the base because we've run out of usable grinding discs and it's a 35-minute drive into town. So we decide to focus on sanding off the rust using the steel wire brush head. Having a bit of a bad day, aren't you?
I am, yeah. It's going to go a bit bad. That's actually snapped off in there.
Yeah.
There is a hole the other side, so I won't get that out now. Oh. So it's the wrong hand now.
All was going well, then the grinder packed up working completely. So we had no choice but to go into town anyway and pick up some much needed discs and a new grinder. It doesn't take long with a new grinder and a little hammer persuasion. We need to clean up the metal so we can weld to it. The corner plates are added to add a little more extra strength. With the welding all complete, we can now give the frame a quick coating of hammerite paint. Once the paint is dry, Andy rivets some metal checker plate to the sides of the tray. With the frame now done, we can build the base. We need to remove the excess weld from the previous owner, as it's stopping the ply fit snugly. Okay, just needs the tailgate put back on again.
This paint is nowhere near as good as the hammerite.
The real hammerite?
No, nowhere near as good.
So you're going to go and buy a can of real hammerite and paint it properly?
I've got a load of that still. I've only got to do the back gate.
Just a few screws and the gator bed is fitted. All that needs doing now is to rivet the wheel trims back on. So I don't think we're going to do anything about these holes. I don't think it really does anything. So, well, apart from keeping the mud off, I don't think there's any benefit for actually trying to buy a new plastic piece. We do still need to do the chairs because these are a bit horrible now. Yeah, and we need to do the clutch because that snatches badly, doesn't it?
It's horrific.
But that's a bit bigger job than just putting a bit of covering on. So I'm not sure whether we're going to buy new chairs. Andy's keen to buy new chairs. I'm keen to just try and repair them, but I'm not actually sure they're because they've actually literally shrunk from the actual plastic backing. So I'm not sure how that's plausible to repair them, to be fair, apart from taking the whole lot out and redoing them. I'm not skilled enough for that. But also we need to probably give the deck a little bit of a spray paint. It's not too bad. It just needs a little bit of spray, stop it from going rusty, and that's probably about it really. But we use this on a regular basis, so it's actually quite good. He's a good little workhorse, isn't it?
Smokes a lot though.
Yeah, but otherwise it's not bad. Until next time. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe and share.